Whoa! The whole town is here.
I am deeply troubled. Why didn't I see their plan?
Well. Look who grew a conscience.
I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. Mr. Simon was arrested by Officer Lewis by order of Judge Barber. Yes, you heard that right. Arrested. Now, Mr. Simon is in jail, and everyone in town is worried about him. Jake told Pastor Peabody to gather everyone at the church. Peabody is walking to the church now. He's on the phone with someone. What will they do at the church, and can they save Mr. Simon? Let's find out in today's episode called Forever Faithful.
Dad!
Just a minute, Brent. I think my son is following me.
Sure, no problem.
Dad!
Harold, what are you doing out here so late?
I heard that Mr. Simon is arrested.
Wow, word travels fast in this town. Does your mom know you're out here?
Yeah, I told her.
Oh, okay, good.
Is Mr. Simon going to be okay?
I don't know yet. Come on, walk fast so you can keep up with me. I'm talking to Chaplain Simon on the phone.
Okay.
Peabody, Craig.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Harold was following me.
I've got a call into Officer Lewis, but he hasn't called me back yet. What do you know about this new judge? You think he's going to let my dad out of jail?
Barber? Well, he issued the order to arrest Mr. Simon.
Oh, boy. This is complicated. I feel so helpless being on the other side of the world.
I know, but don't worry. We're going to get your dad out of jail.
I just heard about Mr. Simon. I got here as fast as I could.
Hey, Rob, I'm on the phone with Brent. Rob's here. Don't worry. We'll do everything we can to get your dad out of jail.
You know, they're charging him with tax evasion. It doesn't make sense. My dad, most honest man ever known.
The call's starting to break up.
When do they allege that he failed to pay his taxes?
Well, the charges go back to 1968, I heard. Right?
I think so.
1968. That's when we were in Canada.
The call's breaking up. Brent?
What'd he say?
Just something about Canada, and then the call just died.
What can we do to help Mr. Simon?
Right now, the best thing we can do is pray. Let's go inside the church and see if anyone got the message to come out and pray.
I think everyone got the message.
Whoa! The whole town is here.
Peabody! Oh, good, you're here. We need to pray for Mr. Simon.
Peabody, I tried calling my dad, but I can't get through.
It's all right, Natasha. I just talked to him.
Well, what did he say? He'll know how to get Granddad out of jail.
Well, he said something about Canada, and then we lost our connection.
Pastor Peabody, what are we going to do? My Uncle George is in jail.
I know, Hattie.
Mr. Simon is the nicest man. He can't be guilty.
Peabody, how can I help?
Pastor Williams?
I think this is my husband's attorney's doing somehow.
Why Mr. Simon?
He's the mayor. Why can't he just let himself out?
Everybody be quiet so my dad can talk.
Peabody, what are we going to do? George Simon does not belong in jail.
Everybody let my dad talk.
Thank you, Harold, I think. Now, you've all heard the news.
What can we do to get Mr. Simon out of jail?
Right now, the best thing we can do is pray. Let's organize into small groups and pray. Pastor Williams, will you help everyone do that?
Of course. All right, everyone. Get into groups of 2 or 3 and find a corner of the church to pray. Let's pray for George Simon. Pray that he'll be courageous.
Thank you, Pastor Williams. You're a great boss.
Anytime, Peabody. Oh, Barber.
Barber?
I couldn't sleep. I'm worried about him too.
Come on, Barber. I'll pray with you.
Wow.
Peabody, will you pray with Natasha and me?
Sure. Of course, Jake.
Jake, I'm so worried about Granddad. That Mark Marshall was watching him today in Trekkers.
Watching him?
Yeah, like he wanted to catch him doing something wrong.
Well, that guy has been jealous of Mr. Simon since I was a kid. He and Jeanette Jones.
Could they have anything to do with his arrest?
Jealous? Watching Mr. Simon? Natasha, Mr. Simon is Daniel.
Daniel? Oh, in the story.
Yeah, Daniel chapter 6.
Now, wait a minute. If he's Daniel, then Mark Marshall and Madam Manager are the jealous wise men.
Yes.
Ah, and Barber is like Darius.
Grab a Bible from the pew, Jake.
Here you go.
Daniel chapter 6. We might figure out how to save Granddad. Now, Daniel had lived in Babylon for more than 60 years. And just like Nebuchadnezzar dreamed, there was a new kingdom ruling Babylon now. Darius was the new king, Darius the Mede. But the new king still admired Daniel. In fact, he admired him above all the other satraps or rulers.
King Darius, I am Samir. May I approach?
Ah, yes. You are one of my satraps.
Yes, King. I have faithfully served as a ruler in Babylon for many years.
Please, approach.
A new law for your approval, sir.
Of course. Here is my signet ring. Seal it.
Thank you, my king.
And another law is sealed. The law of the Medes and Persians cannot be changed.
And here is your signet ring back again.
Very good. Samir?
Yes, my king?
You know Daniel, one of my 3 governors?
Yes, of course, my king. I've known Daniel since we were both in Nebuchadnezzar's training school, many, many years ago.
Well, Daniel has distinguished himself.
Oh?
Yes, he has an excellent spirit in him.
Oh, well, King Darius, each of your rulers is committed to serving you.
There's something different about Daniel. In fact, I'm considering making him ruler over the entire empire.
Well, now, King, that seems a little hasty, doesn't it?
King Darius, may I approach?
Oh, yes. Another one of my satraps.
King Darius, your banquet is ready.
Thank you. Business will have to wait until tomorrow.
Yes, King.
We have a problem brewing.
Oh, what is it, Samir?
Find Lilith and meet me under the old cypress tree.
What's going on?
The king is considering promoting Daniel.
But he's already one of 3 governors.
Yes, well, our new King Darius wants to make him ruler over the entire Persian Empire.
No.
Oh, yes. And we must stop him.
Samir, this can't be true.
I'm afraid it is.
You deserve that position.
Or me.
Both of you are as capable as Daniel. Why does Darius want to promote him? He's a captive from Jerusalem, after all.
Is there anything we can do?
We have to find something wrong with Daniel. After all, he's not perfect, you know.
You're right, Samir. He's... I can't think of anything wrong with him.
Well, keep thinking. Lilith?
I'm thinking over his last rulings as governor. No, I can't think of a single flaw.
And you haven't heard any complaints from among the other rulers?
Just that he's always the favorite.
Everyone loves Daniel.
Oh, why should he be promoted? It isn't fair.
Our only chance of finding grounds for accusing Daniel will be to do with his religion.
He is faithful to his religion and his God. But how can we...
Daniel prays every day, 3 times a day.
He does. I see him at his window. Without fail, that man is there faithfully every single day.
He is faithful to his God. More faithful, I dare say, than he is to his king.
What do you think our new king desires?
He wants whatever king wants.
Which is?
For his people to respect and be loyal to him.
He may even sign a law that ensures respect and loyalty.
Daniel would be sure to break it.
30 days should be enough to catch him.
Oh, we'll get him in less than 30 days.
Let's go to the king first thing in the morning.
I'll gather supporters.
In the morning, then, Daniel will not stop praying.
No, and his reward will be the lion's den.
If the king signs the law.
We shall find out in the morning.
Are you listening to the Bible story that Natasha is reading too? Well, we'll be right back and we'll find out if Zamir's and the other satraps' plan works. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Sean Boonstra, Speaker-Director of The Voice of Prophecy. Has Discovery Mountain been an encouragement to the children in your life? Weekly Discovery Mountain episodes are made possible through the generosity of our supporters. Would you like to join us as a supporter? Call us at 1-877-566-7365.
Daniel, your proposal is excellent.
Thank you, King Darius. I will...
King, may we approach?
Samir, all right?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Please approach. Daniel, please go ahead with all your plans.
Thank you, King. Zamir?
Daniel? King, you are a natural leader.
I am? Well, thank you.
The other satraps and I are honored to serve you, O King.
Oh, look at all of you gathered around.
We respect and honor you. Long live King Darius.
Long live King Darius.
Oh, well, I'm flattered.
We all agree that you, O King, should establish a decree.
Oh, what kind of decree?
That whoever prays to any god or man for 30 days except you, O King, shall be thrown into the lion's den.
Oh, well, once again, I'm flattered.
Will you make the decree and sign the law?
Yes, make it so. Here is my signet ring.
Very good, King Darius. The law will be written and sealed. Long live King Darius.
Long live King Darius.
King, the musicians are ready to play for you.
Ah, very good. Begin the music.
We did it, Samir.
Yes, we did.
Good job. Look, Daniel's still here.
So he must have heard the whole thing.
Do you think he will still pray?
Here, take the king's ring and get the law written and sealed. I'm going to follow Daniel and watch him.
I'll take care of it.
We're about to see just how faithful to his God our old friend Daniel is.
Now, when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened toward Jerusalem. 3 times a day, he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before.
Dear God, I thank you for taking care of me here in Babylon. I've been away from my home for so many years now. Thank you for being faithful to me.
Aha! 3 times now. Daniel just can't help himself. He still prays.
Samir.
Oh, who's there?
Samir, it's just us.
Don't sneak up on me when I'm sneaking around.
Sorry, we all wanted to see for ourselves.
All?
Shh, Daniel will hear us.
We have enough evidence. We'll go to the king tomorrow. Now we all have to leave before Daniel sees us.
But...
Shh.
Samir, you do the talking.
No, it's your turn this time.
But...
Go!
King, may I approach?
Yes, please.
Thank you, King. Did you not sign a law that for the next 30 days, any person who prays to anyone, except to you, your majesty, will be thrown into the lion's den?
Yes.
Daniel does not show respect for you, O king.
Daniel? He is one of my best leaders. How?
He ignores the law that you signed. He still prays to his God 3 times a day.
I see. Leave me. Leave me at once.
Yes, King.
King, you look troubled.
I am deeply troubled. Why didn't I see their plan?
Whose plan, King?
Samir and the other satraps, they flattered me into signing that law. And now, oh no.
What is it, King?
My most capable ruler will be thrown into the lion's den. Unless I can think of a way to save him. There must be a way.
The king spent the rest of the day looking for a way to get Daniel out of this predicament. And in the evening, the satraps went back to the king.
I'll do the talking this time.
Yes, Samir.
King, may I approach?
Oh, haven't you done enough?
Your Majesty, you know that according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, no law that the king signs can be changed.
I know what the law says, Samir. Guard, come here, please.
Yes, King.
Arrest Daniel. Throw him into the lion's den.
Of course, King.
Wait. Before you throw him in, send a messenger to me. I want to be there.
Yes, King.
All of you, leave me now.
They followed the king's orders that very night, and the king was there when they brought Daniel to the lion's den.
Daniel, I tried to find a way out of this.
I understand.
May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, deliver you. I can't bear to watch.
A stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den. The king sealed the stone with his own royal seal and the seals of his nobles, all so that no one could rescue Daniel. Then King Darius went back to the palace, but he couldn't sleep.
King, it's the middle of the night, and you're still awake.
I can't sleep. I keep thinking about Daniel in the den with the lions.
May I call for you the musicians, King, to soothe you?
No musicians.
Perhaps something to eat or drink.
No, I can't eat, I can't drink. I can only think of Daniel.
Then I'll leave you, my king.
What could I have done differently? Oh, Daniel, I wish I could have saved you.
Very early the next morning, the king hurried out to the lion's den.
Guard, roll back the stone. Daniel, servant of the living God, was your God, whom you serve so faithfully, able to deliver you from the lions?
O king, live forever.
Daniel!
My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, so that they have not hurt me. I was found innocent before God. And, O king, I have done no wrong before you.
Daniel, I believe you.
Oh, thank you.
Let me look at you. There's not even a scratch on you.
No, I trusted in my God.
And he delivered you. You there, take Daniel home so that he can rest. Daniel?
Yes, my king?
You will continue to lead and prosper in my kingdom.
If it is God's will.
Yes, of course, Daniel. You are faithful to God, and then your king. Forever faithful.
King, you should get some rest now.
Rest? No, gather the satraps and all the people outside of the palace. I have a message to share.
Yes, my king.
King Darius wrote a message for all the people of his empire.
King, the people are ready to hear your message.
Yes. First bring me those two men.
The two right here?
Yes, Samir and the other one. They accused Daniel of breaking the law.
Yes, my king.
Those two flattered me into passing that law.
My king, I can explain.
We were only trying to honor you, my king.
Guard, I want you to arrest these two men.
Yes, my king.
No! What's going to happen to us?
Throw them into the lion's den.
Oh, no! Please, king, please!
Samir!
Out of my way!
Samir! No!
Quiet. Quiet, everyone. Peace and prosperity to you all. I decree that everyone should reverence the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he will endure forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his rule will never end.
As the king continued his message to the people, the satraps that accused Daniel were thrown into the lion's den. The king declared God's goodness to everyone.
God rescues and saves his people. He performs miraculous signs and wonders in the heavens and on earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions.
The people were silent for a moment, and then they rejoiced. God delivered Daniel from the lions. Daniel led and prospered during the reign of Darius the Mede and the reign of Cyrus the Persian. God saved Daniel. Daniel was all right. God saved him.
Daniel was innocent, just like Mr. Simon.
He has to be innocent. But how do we prove it?
I don't know, but we have to trust that God will deliver him from the jail, and that he'll send the answer quickly.
Excuse me, but aren't you his granddaughter?
Yes. Hey, Judge Barber, you issued the order for my granddad's arrest.
Shh, Natasha, people are still praying.
Sorry.
Yes, I did. And I'm sorry. I don't know how he talked me into it.
You really are sorry, aren't you?
I am. Look who just walked in.
Jeanette Jones? Oh, of course. This is just like when we were kids.
Excuse me, Judge Barber.
What do you want?
I've been looking everywhere for you. George Simon is innocent.
Well. Look who grew a conscience.
Barber, be nice.
I can prove it.
How?
Well, what year did George allegedly not pay taxes?
1968 and earlier.
Right, but think about it. When did George Simon arrive in Discovery Mountain?
1968. He flew here with my dad from... Hey, everyone! My granddad George Simon is innocent!
I knew it.
Oh, good. Let's bust him out of jail. Let's go get Mr. Simon.
Everyone, let's stay here and keep praying. Natasha, why don't you go and see your granddad?
Thanks, Pastor Williams. Now, Jake, will you walk Harold home?
Yes, indeedy. Where are you going?
To the jail.
Jake, I'll explain later, but I have to call my dad.
Alrighty, come on, Harold.
Can't I stay with everyone else?
No, your dad wants you to go home. It's really late, you know.
Well, all right.
Follow me, Barber. I know a back way. We're not exactly the most popular people in Discovery Mountain right now.
And why should I trust you?
George Simon and I are buddies. I almost forgot that last week, but I remember now. Hopefully, I'm not too late.
Fine, lead the way.
Craig, it's just like when we were kids, isn't it? Mark Marshall and Jeanette Jones have something to do with this, don't they?
I don't know for sure, but it certainly looks like it.
I'm coming with you to the jail.
All right, let's go.
Hello?
Dad!
Ah, Natasha. Finally, a call went through. Listen, your granddad is innocent. In 1968, we lived in Canada. That's why he didn't file taxes there.
I know, we just figured it out. We're on our way to the jail.
Think you're gonna get him out tonight?
I don't know, but we have the judge with us. We'll do our best. Oh, Dad?
Yeah?
Don't worry. God will deliver Granddad. He's faithful to him, just like Daniel was.
You're right, honey. Thanks for that reminder. God will deliver him. Just call me when it's all over.
I will. I promise.
Of course, Mr. Simon didn't live in Discovery Mountain until 1968. Did you remember that, Director Doug?
Well, of course. He was my next-door neighbor when I was 5 years old.
Oh.
Actually, I thought about it, but I'm glad that Madam Manager remembered and told Natasha. Mr. Simon is innocent.
Madam Manager did help tonight.
Mark Marshall didn't. He's been more focused on Mr. Simon than on the governor's hearing.
Right. And the governor's hearing is in the morning.
And hopefully Mr. Simon is out of jail unharmed, just like Daniel made it out of the lion's den.
Daniel was courageous. He prayed in front of his window, even when he knew that jealous men were out to get him. And there is one verse in this chapter of Daniel that I really like because it talks about his faithfulness.
Share it with us, will you?
Okay, it's Daniel chapter 6 and verse 4, and here's what it says. They could find no charge or fault because he was faithful.
Mr. Simon really is like Daniel. He was without fault and faithful.
Yes, and I believe he'll get out of jail without a scratch, just as Daniel got out of the lion's den.
You know, I've always wondered about what happened to Daniel's 3 friends.
Right. Daniel's faithful friends that he prayed with during their training and when Nebuchadnezzar had his dream.
Right. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They're not mentioned in the chapter of the Bible where Daniel is thrown in the lion's den.
But there is a famous story about them earlier, isn't there?
Right. They exercise their faith when the king demands that they worship a golden statue.
Are you thinking that we should tell their story in a mini adventure?
Yeah, exactly.
Well then, make it so. After this season, be sure to watch for a mini adventure called The Fiery Furnace and hear their faith exercise.
Search for The Fiery Furnace in the 2021 mini adventures.
Now, there's another part of this season's story that we haven't heard the end of either.
There's Mr. Simon getting out of jail, the governor's hearing, and you're right, there's something else.
We need to find out why Brianna has been making so many mistakes at the cash register in the cafe.
Right. Is she making mistakes or worse? Is she stealing?
We'll find out in our next episode. Until then, keep exercising your faith and be courageous.
We'll see you next time.
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to Discovery Mountain. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H7V4. This has been a production of The Voice of Prophecy. Join us again next time here at Discovery Mountain.